Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. Today we are here for the discussion of solutions of Matrix Olympiad paper which was held on 20 October 2024. We'll start from class 10th and the subject is physics. So let us start our discussion. Question number 1. If in the circuit power dissipation is 150 watt, then value of R is, that means we have to calculate the value of R. Here the potential connected is given, that is V is equals to 15 volt. Power dissipated is 150 watt. Okay, we have to find the value of resistance R. So we have a formula of power, P is equals to V square by R. But the value of R is R equivalent, that means total resistance. So let's say these two resistance are connected in parallel. So R equivalent will be equal to, by the formula R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, it will become 2R upon R plus 2. Putting this value of equivalent resistance and voltage here, we will get 150 is equals to, what is V square? 15 multiplied by 15 divided by 2R upon R plus 2. So on solving this, 150 is equals to 15 multiplied by 15 R plus 2 divided by 2R. Okay. So cross multiplying this will become 300 R. Okay, this is 225 R plus 2. Again 300 R equals to 225 into R becomes 225 R, and 225 multiplied by 2, that is 450. Okay, so this is 225, sorry. So solving this, 300 R minus 225 R, which is equals to 450. This is 75 R equals to 450. Okay, so R is equals to 450 divided by 75. On solving this, we will get 6 ohm. Okay, so our correct answer is option B. Next question. Question number 2. When light travels from air to medium, that means light is going from air to any medium. Let's say this is air and this is a medium. Okay. So it is said the angle of incidence, that means angle I is given 45 degree and angle of refraction is 30. That means angle R is equals to 30 degree. The refractive index of second medium with respect to first, that means we have to find out mu(1). That is refractive index of second medium with respect to first. Very simple, by the laws of refraction we know that it is equals to sine I divided by sine R. So let us put the values. mu(1) is equals to, sine I is sine 45 divided by sine 30. We know that value of sine 45 is 1 upon root 2 and sine 30 value is 1 upon 2. So it becomes 2 upon root 2. But it is not in our answer. So let us simplify this. 2 can be written as root 2 multiplied by root 2 divided by root 2. One root 2 is cancelled by another root 2. So it is equals to root 2, which can be also written as 1.41. So our correct answer is option A. Okay. Next question. Question number 3. A 2.5 meter long straight wire having mass of 500 gram is suspended in mid-air by a uniform horizontal magnetic field B. If a current of 4 ampere is passing through the wire, then the magnitude of field is. We have to find out the value of B. In this question, it is said that a wire is placed like this in which current is flowing and a horizontal magnetic field is applied like this. So current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field. Definitely it will experience a magnetic force. That magnetic force is given by F is equals to ILB sine theta. Okay. So it is said because the wire is suspended in mid-air, that means it is having net force equal to 0. It is in equilibrium. So if a weight force is acting downward, definitely magnetic force will be acting in upward direction, and weight force and magnetic force both will be equal in magnitude. That's why the conductor is hanging in mid-air. Okay, so that means the magnetic force and weight force, that is mg, will be equal to each other in opposite direction. Okay, so Here the theta is angle between L and B. The direction of conductor is like this and magnetic field is this, then the angle is 90 and value of sin 90 is 1. So mg is equals to ILB. We have to find the value of B. So let us first make the formula. B is equals to mg divided by I into L. So B is equals to, mass is given 500 gram. I can convert it and it will be in kg, that is 1.2. Okay, and then gravitational acceleration we can take it 10 as it is given in the question, divided by current is 4 ampere multiplied by length is 2.5. So on solving this, B is equals to 10 upon 2 multiplied by, solving this it will become 10. So it is equals to 1.2, which is 0.5 Tesla. Okay, so option A is our correct answer. So it is an assertion reason question. In assertion, it is said the magnetic field produced by a current carrying solenoid is independent of its length and cross section area. So this is a true statement because magnetic field inside solenoid is given by mu naught Ni. Okay. So magnetic field depends on the nature of medium, number of turns per unit length and current flowing through the solenoid. It do not depends on length and cross section area. Reason: the magnetic field inside solenoid is uniform. Yes, this is also a true statement because the magnetic field inside solenoid is in the form of parallel lines. So we can say it is uniform. So both are true statements, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So we'll say option B is our correct answer. Next question, match the following. So let's check. Negative magnification. Negative magnification means the image is inverted and inverted images are always real in nature. So negative magnification means inverted image. So for P I will write 2. Magnification less than 1. What is magnification? It shows, it tells that what is the size of image compared to object. Okay, if its value is more than 1, that means the size of image is larger. If it is less than 1, that means the size of image is smaller than the size of object. Negative means the image formed is real and inverted. Positive magnification means the image form is virtual, that means erect. Okay, so magnification less than 1, that means diminished image, so I will write it 1. Positive magnification, that means erect image, so I will write 4. Magnification equal to 1, that means the size of image is equal to the size of object, so I will write 3. So correct code is 2143. 2143, that means option D is our correct answer. Next question, which is based on paragraph. So let us read this paragraph. A room has 2 tube lights. So we are having tube light, how much? 2. And a fan, so fan is 1. And a TV, that means TV is also 1. Okay. Each tube light draws 40 watt. That means we have 2 tube lights. Total power will be 2 multiplied by 40, which is equals to 80 watt. Okay. Okay. The fan draws 80 watt. That means total power consumed will be 80 watt. And the TV draws 60 watt. That means total power consumed by TV will be 60 watt. Okay. Now it is said the tube lights are kept on for 5 hours. These are kept on for 5 hours. Okay. Then again the fan for 12 hours. The fan is for 12 hours. And the TV for 8 hours. So TV is used for 8 hours and their power ratings are given here. So it is said the rate of electrical energy is 3.10 per kilowatt hour. Okay, 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 unit. Okay, which is costing by 3.10. So we have to calculate total energy consumed in a day. So we know that total energy consumed, let's say total energy I am writing it by E. Okay, so it will be 80 multiplied by 5 plus 80 multiplied by 12 plus 60 multiplied by 8 divided by 1000, because we have to find the energy consumed in kilowatt hour. Okay, so it is 80 into 5, this is equals to 400, this is equals to 960 and this is equals to 480 divided by 1000. So by simplifying this, you will get the answer which is equal to 1.84 kilowatt hour. Okay, so correct answer is option A. Next question, which is based on same paragraph, and it is said the cost of electricity used in this room in 30 day month. Okay, so we know that the cost of one unit is 3.10 per kilowatt hour. So simply we have the value in previous one, that total energy consumed in a day was 1.84 kilowatt hour. Okay, so here for 30 days the energy consumed will be 1.84 multiplied by 30. Okay, and the rate is given 3.10. So on solving this, we will get the answer 171.12 rupees. Okay, so our correct answer is option B. So we have discussed all the questions of physics subject. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, subscribe this YouTube channel. You can also join our WhatsApp channel. The link of WhatsApp channel is provided in the description of this video. If you have any type of doubt in any question, then click on Ask a Doubt button, which is provided in your MOF profile. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome to all of you on Matrix YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the MOF paper solution for class 10th, which was conducted on 20th October 2024. So the question is, CaOCl2 will liberate chlorine gas in the presence of, actually CaOCl2 is known as the bleaching powder. Okay, so the CaOCl2 means bleaching powder will liberate chlorine gas in the presence of, first option is carbon dioxide CO2, second is HCl, third is carbon monoxide, and fourth one is NO, nitric oxide. Okay, first we will discuss about the carbon dioxide. When bleaching powder CaOCl2 react with carbon dioxide, then it produces two substances. First is calcium carbonate, CaCO3, and the second substance is chlorine gas. So first is the right option. Now let's see the next one. The next one is HCl, hydrochloric acid. So when CaOCl2 bleaching powder react with 2 mole of HCl, hydrochloric acid, it produce CaCl2, calcium chloride, plus water, H2O, and plus Cl2, chlorine. Means with the reaction of carbon dioxide and HCl, it produces chlorine gas. So the option first and second is the right option. Now let's see the option. In the option A, first and second. In the option B, it means it is right option. Option B, second and third. No, it is a wrong option. Next, C is first and fourth. It is also a wrong option. And next, last is the second and fourth. So according to the reactions, option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, when copper turnings are added to silver nitrate solution, a blue colored solution is formed after some time. It is because copper first is displaces silver from the solution. Okay, first we discuss about the reaction. Means in the question there is copper turnings are added to silver nitrate solution. We know that the copper when react with silver nitrate, AgNO3. So it is a single displacement reaction, means copper is more reactive than silver. So it can easily replace the silver from their solution, and it forms CuNO3 whole twice, copper nitrate solution plus Ag. Okay, so it formed the copper nitrate solution. So according to this, first is displaces silver from the solution. Yeah, it is easily displaces the silver from the solution. So the first is the right option. Second is forms a blue colored complex with AgNO3. No, it is not a right option. Next is oxidized to Cu2 positive. Yes, it is right, because in this copper present in the zero oxidation state, and in the copper nitrate, copper present in the +2 oxidation state. So when copper convert into 0 to +2 oxidation state, it means oxidation reaction takes place and copper oxidized into Cu2 positive. So it is also a right statement. Next is reduced to Cu2 positive. No, it is not reduced to Cu2 positive. So according to that, select the correct option. First and second. No, not first and second. Second and third. No, not the second and third. First and third. Yes, first and third are the right option. It means C is the right option. Next is the second and fourth. Means according to this reaction, first and third is the right statement. So option C is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is assertion reason type question. Let's see the assertion statement. The assertion is hydrogen gas is not evolved when zinc reacts with nitric acid. Generally, we know that when any metal react with any acid, it releases hydrogen gas and form a particular salt of that metal. So, when we discuss about the zinc and nitric acid, means when zinc react with nitric acid, HNO3, so it form zinc nitrate, ZnNO3 whole twice plus. If we use the concentrated HNO3, then it release N2O, and if we react with zinc with concentrated HNO3, then in that condition it releases nitrogen dioxide, NO2, and if it reacted with dilute HNO3, then it form N2O. But in the both cases, it not produce hydrogen, it produces H2O and NO2 or N2O. If we use concentrated HNO3, then in that condition it produce N2O, and if we use dilute HNO3, it produce NO2 and along with the water molecule. It means the hydrogen is oxidized into H2O and the nitric acid HNO3's nitrate ions reduced into NO2 and N2O. It means when zinc is react with HNO3, HNO3 behaves as a strong oxidizing agent here. So that's why it's convert H2 into H2O. Okay, so the assertion is hydrogen gas is not evolved when zinc react with nitric acid. It is completely a true statement. Okay, so now let's see the reason. The reason is nitric acid oxidizes the hydrogen gas produced to water and itself gets reduced. Yes, it is completely a true statement. Nitric acid itself reduced into NO2 and N2O and oxidized H2 into H2O. It means reason and assertion both are true statement and the reason correctly explain the assertion. So let's see the option. Option first is both assertion and reason are the true and reason is a correct explanation of assertion. Yes, it is completely right answer. Next is both assertion and reason are the true. The reason is not correct explanation of assertion. No, it is completely wrong statement because we know that the reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Now the next is assertion is true and the reason is false. It is also wrong. Assertion is false and the reason is true. Okay. So the first option, A option is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Okay, now let's see the column first. In the column first, there are different solutions are given. Okay, and in the column second, their color and pH scales are given. pH values are given. Okay, so now the first is the lime juice. Second is milk of magnesia. R is gastric juice and the S is distilled water. Okay, and in the column second, first is blue with the pH 10, second is red with the pH 1.2 and third is with the pH 7 and color is green and the fourth is the orange color substance which have pH 2. Okay, now let's discuss the pH scale. We know that in the pH scale there are the 14 parameters and according to this scale, the 7 indicate the neutral solution and above 7 indicate the alkaline solution and the below 7 pH values indicate the acidic solution. Okay, so when we discuss about gastric juice, so gastric juice have the pH around 1, so it is more acidic as compared to lemon juice, or we can see that the gastric juice is around 1 pH or 1.2 pH with the red color substance, red color, and the lemon juice have the pH around 2 with the orange color. And if we're talking about the water or distilled water, it have the pH 7 with the green color. And if we're talking about the milk of magnesia, it is a basic substance with the blue color. Okay, so now let's see the column first. Lime juice. Lime juice and lemon juice both are equivalent. So lime juice is matched with orange color and pH 2. Next is the milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is basic solution, alkaline solution. So it is equal to blue and pH is equals to 10. Gastric juice. Gastric juice is very acidic in nature. It is also known as the hydrochloric acid. So it is red in color and pH is around 1.2. And the last is the distilled water. Distilled water is a neutral solution and it have the pH around 7. And the color of the neutral solution distilled water is around green. So the distilled water match with the third green. Okay, so the P match with fourth, Q, milk of magnesia match with first, gastric juice, R match with second, and the S, distilled water, match with third. 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's see the option 4, 1, 2, 3. It means B is the right option for this question. Now, let's see the next question. Paragraph based question, and the paragraph is: a piece of magnesium ribbon is added to a flask containing dilute hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen gas is formed, which is collected in the measuring cylinder. The amount of hydrogen formed with time is plotted on a graph. The line on the graph indicates the rate of chemical reaction occurring in the flask. Basically, if we discuss about the reaction, when we burn the magnesium ribbon with HCl, magnesium is a metal and HCl is acid. Okay, so when any metal react with any acid, then it produces magnesium chloride, a salt, and along with hydrogen gas. If we balance this reaction, then 2 Mg react with 2 HCl, then it produce MgCl2 and hydrogen gas. Okay, so if we're talking about the magnesium chloride is a salt and hydrogen gas evolved here. And if we're talking about the hydrogen gas, if we're talking about this reaction, so initially the rate of reaction is very fast, and after some times it becomes constant. Means initially the reaction, the rate of reaction is very fast, and after some time it becomes very constant, and after that it convert into the, when the completely substance convert into the product, so it may be it is constant. So let's see the question. The question is: at what time is the reaction rate fastest in the flask? Okay, so the first is at the start, second is at the end, third is at the mid, and fourth is remains constant. No, it's not remains constant. In the end point, it remains constant. At the mid, no. At the end, no. At the start, yes. When we react to first magnesium with HCl, then it produces magnesium chloride initially very fast. So the option A is the right option for this question. Now, let's see the next question. The next question is, the paragraph is same for question. Okay, so the question is: which of these could increases the rate of reaction in the flask? Okay, so the first is adding more acid to the flask. Yes, it is a correct statement, because we know that the substrate is directly, the concentration of substrate, or we can say the concentration of reactant, is directly proportional to the rate of reaction. If we increases the amount of reactant or the concentration of reactant, then automatically the rate of reaction is also increases. So the first is the right option. Now next is the heating of the acid in the flask. Yes, it is also completely a true statement, because we know that if we increases the temperature, like if the graph is there, so if they increases the temperature, then the activation energy will be decreased and reaction becomes very fast. Means temperature is directly proportional to the rate of reaction. If we increases the temperature, then the kinetic energy of the molecules are increases and the rate of reaction is also increases. So the second is also a right option. Next, using a higher concentration of acid. Yes, it is also a right statement. If we use two types of the acids like dilute acid and concentrated acid, so the dilute acid, in the dilute acid the amount of the acid is less and the amount of water is high, but if we are talking about the concentrated acid, then the amount of acid is increases, and if the amount of acid is increases, then automatically the rate of reaction is also increases. So the option C is also a right option. Now next is the all of above. Yeah, so the option, so the question 13, the D option, all of the above. It means when we adding more acid to the flask, the reaction becomes faster. When we heat the substance, then also reaction become faster. And when we use a higher concentration of acid, then also the reaction becomes faster. So the D option, all of the above, is the right option for this question. Thank you. Thank you so much. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, you can join our WhatsApp channel or you can subscribe our YouTube channel also. And if you have any doubt, any query regarding any question, so there is one more option, ask a doubt. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix High School. Today we discuss about Matrix Olympiad paper solution for class 10th biology. Let's start. First question. Choose the event that does not occur in photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, photo mean light, synthesis mean food formation. In photosynthesis, CO2 and H2O convert into C6H12O6 and oxygen in the presence of sunlight. In chloroplast, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll, that is right. Reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate. Carbon dioxide to carbohydrate, that is right. Oxidation of carbon to carbon dioxide. Carbon to carbon dioxide, wrong. Conversion of light energy to chemical energy, that is right. Then option C is incorrect. Not occur in photosynthesis. Option C is correct answer for this question. Next, where are red blood cells are produced in adults? This structure is bone and this fluid is bone marrow. In bone marrow, RBC, WBC, platelets are formed. Bone marrow, liver, spleen and kidney. Bone marrow is the correct option for this question. Next, where does the process of chemical digestion primarily occur? Chemical digestion, complete chemical digestion. Start from mouth, from amylase, then stomach, but completely chemical digestion. Esophagus, no. Stomach, no. Large intestine, no. As small intestine. Primarily occur in small intestine, that is right. Because so many complex structure convert into simple in small intestine. So correct chemical digestion for small intestine. Sometime you people say amylase. Amylase start from mouth, buccal cavity, but here complex structure carbohydrate into disaccharide. Polysaccharide convert into disaccharide. Not completely chemical digestion. So according to question, primarily chemical digestion from small intestine. So correct answer is D. Assertion A. Barrier method is one of the contraceptive method. Contraception mean to say sperm egg meeting cancel, not meet to each other, no fusion. So barrier method, reason is barrier method prevent physical meeting of ovum and sperm, right? Assertion is right, reason is right, and reason is correct explanation of assertion A. Option A is right answer for this. Next, match column first and second related to urinary system. Ultrafiltration start from this structure that is called Malpighian corpuscles. Include glomerulus and Baumol capsule. Concentration of urine related to Henle loop. Henle loop participate in concentration of urine. Next, transport of urine from kidney to urinary bladder by ureter. Storage of urine in urinary bladder, a structure that store urine. So according to match P4, option B show P4 and Q for 1 and R for 2, S 3. So 4, 1, 2, 3 is correct answer for this matching. Next, the tiny pore present on the epidermal surface of the leaf are called A. Epidermal surface, tiny structure, that is A. The opening and closing of the pore is a function of cell B. The cell B swell when water flow into them cause pore open, and similarly pore close if the B cells shrink. In question, in given diagram, what is B? In given diagram, what is B? B. This structure is guard cell and this tiny pore is stomata. In stomata, guard cell help in opening and closing, because when these cells are swell up according to osmosis process, then swell up condition show open stomata and shrink closed stomata. In given diagram, B is guard cell. Chloroplast? No. Guard cell, right. Option B is correct. Next question is, in given diagram, A is a structure that will help in option A, exchange of gases and transpiration, that is right. Oxygen inside, CO2 outside, and in photosynthesis, CO2 inside and oxygen outside. So help in exchange of gases and transpiration, water vapor outside from this pore. And another, exchange of gases, absorption of light, wrong. Absorption of light, photosynthesis, wrong. Exchange of gases, absorption of light, wrong. Option A is correct answer for this question. These are the all solution for biology portion. For more updates, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to paper solution of class 10th mathematics. Our 21st question is, find the greatest number that will divide 43, 91 and 183 so is to leave the same remainder in each case. So it means that number will be the HCF of 91 minus 43, 183 minus 91 and 183 minus 43. So HCF of 91 minus 43, that is 48. 183 minus 91, that is 92. And 183 minus 43, that is 140. So HCF of 48, 92 and 140, that is 4. So the greatest number that will divide these number will be the 4. So option A is the correct answer. Question number 22. The product of two number is 12,960 and then HCF is 36. The number of pair of such numbers that can be formed is. Okay. So product is 12,960. HCF is 36. And LCM will be the 12,960 upon 36, that is 360. So HCF is 36, it means the numbers are, just assume 36A and 36B, where A and B are any natural number. So LCM will be the 360, it means LCM of 36 and 36B, it will be the 36AB equal to 360. So A into B equal 10. So how many possibilities are there? A into B equal to 10, 1 into 10 or 2 into 5. So how many possibilities of there? Such number of A, that will be the 2. So our correct answer is 2. 23 question. If A is less than 0, then the graph of y equal ax square plus bx plus c. Then the graph is concave downward opening. So option B will be the correct answer. So option B will be the correct answer. Question number 24. Alpha, beta and gamma are the roots of equation. So if these are roots of equation, then relationship between zeros and coefficient is alpha plus beta plus gamma. It minus b upon a, and coefficient of x square is 0. So it will 0. And alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, that is c by a. So it will be the 4. And alpha beta gamma, that is minus d by a. So it will be the minus 1. Now it is saying alpha plus beta raised to power minus 1. So we know that alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 0. So alpha plus beta equal to minus gamma. So this can be written as minus gamma raised to power minus 1. Plus similarly this can be written as minus alpha raised to power minus 1. And this one can be written as minus beta raised to power minus 1. So it will written as minus 1 upon gamma plus minus 1 upon alpha minus 1 upon beta. You take minus common and LCM will be the alpha beta gamma. So you will get alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha in numerator. Now minus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, that is 4, and value of my alpha beta gamma, that is minus 1. Minus to minus cancel out, so you will get 4. So value of this one is 4. Option B will be the correct answer. Question number 25. A system of two simultaneous linear equation in two variable is inconsistent. It will inconsistent if there is no solution. So if two lines are parallel, there is no solution. So option A will be the correct answer. In coincident and intersecting solutions are available. So these are not answer. Only option A will be the correct answer. Next question. Question number 26. The difference between age of Sonu and Sneha is 12 years. Just assume age of Sonu is X and age of Sneha is Y. And their ratio is 3:5. It means Y is greater than X. Okay. So age of Sonu and Sneha, their difference is 12 years. It means Y minus X equal to 12 years and X upon Y equal 3 upon 5. So we have to find the age of Sneha. So we will eliminate X. So value of X here from this one, it will be the 3Y upon 5. So put Y minus 3y upon 5 equal 12. So you will get 2y upon 5 equal 12. So value of y will be the 30 years. So age of Sneha is 30 years. Option D will be the correct answer. Question number 27. In the given figure, sin A plus sin B upon cos A plus cos B. Figure is given. So from figure The hypotenuse is 17, base is 8, so perpendicular will be the 15 centimeter. Now sine A is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, so it will be the 15 upon 17. Sine B, when sine B, then it is 8 upon 17, and cos A will be the base upon perpendicular 8 upon 17, and cos B, that is 15 upon 17. Okay, according to angles, their base and perpendicular will be the change. So sin A plus sin B, it means 15 upon 17 plus 8 upon 17 upon cos A plus cos B, 8 upon 17 plus 15 upon 17. Numerator and denominator are same, so we will get 1. So our correct answer is 1. Option D will be the correct answer. In question number 28, if cos alpha plus beta equal 0, then sin alpha minus beta is equal to. Okay, cos alpha plus beta equal 0. It means alpha plus beta equal 90 degree. So value of alpha equal to 90 minus beta. Now sin alpha minus beta. So value of alpha is 90 minus beta. So 90 minus beta minus beta. So you will get sin 90 minus 2 beta. You know very well that sin 90 minus theta equal to cos theta. So it will change in cos 2 beta. So our correct answer is cos 2 beta. Option B will be the correct answer. Next question, the angle of elevation of the plane from the point of ground is 60 degree. Okay, that is 60 degree. After 10-second flight, the angle of elevation changed to 30 degree. After 10-second flight, it's changed to 30 degree. The plane is flying at height 1500 root 3 meter. Then the speed of the plane is, okay, just assume the distance in traveled in 10 seconds. This is x and it traveled in 10 seconds. So these points are A, B, C, D, E. So it is 1500 root 3. So this will be the 1500 root 3. Okay, so in triangle ABC, 10 60 degree equal to 1500 root 3 upon AB. So it will be the root 3 equal 1500 root 3 upon AB. So AB equal 1500 meter. Okay, and after 10 seconds, it will in triangle ACD. So it will be the 10 30 degree equal 1500 root 3 upon AC, that is x plus it is 1500 meter. So it will x plus 1500 meter. So it is 1 upon root 3 equal 1500 root 3 upon x plus 1500. So after simplification we will get x equal to 3000 meter. It means the distance traveled in 10 seconds in 3000 meter. So speed equal to distance upon time. So it will be the 300 meter per second. But we have to find in kilometer per hour. So for this we will multiply with 3600 for converting second in the hour, and for converting meter in the kilometer we will divide with the 1000. So we will get 1080 kilometer per hour. So our speed is option C, 1080 kilometer per hour. Question number 30, the distance between the point cos theta, sin theta and sin theta minus cos theta. So we can use the distance formula AB equal root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So we will get sin theta minus cos theta whole square plus minus cos theta minus sin theta whole square. After simplification we will get sin square theta plus cos square theta, that is 1 minus 2 sin theta cos theta, and similarly with the simplification we will get sin square theta plus cos square theta plus 2 sin theta cos theta. So 1 plus 2 sin theta cos theta, 2 sin theta cos theta to minus 2 sin theta cos theta cancel out, so we will get root 2. So distance will be the root 2 unit. Option B will be the correct answer. Question number 31. The orthocenter of the triangle formed by the lines xy equal 0 and x plus y equal 1. So xy equal to 0 for any real value of y, x equal to 0, and for any real value of x, y equal to 0. So x equal to y equal to 0 represent the equation of y axis and x axis. Okay, and another x plus y equal to 1. So in a Cartesian plane, x equal to 0 is equation of y axis and y equal to 0 is equation of x axis, and x plus y equal 1, that is intercepts are 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 1. So they form the triangle this one, and it is a right angle triangle, and we know that the orthocenter of right angle triangle is always at the right angle, and the right angle is at the origin. So orthocenter will be the at origin 0 comma 0. So our option A will be the correct answer. Next question, at how many points the curve of function affects 4x square minus 4x plus 1 intersect at x-axis. So for this find discriminant, that is delta b square minus 4ac. According to question, a equal 4, b equal minus 4, c equal 1. So delta equal b square minus 4 square minus 4 into value of a 4 and value of c is 1. So delta equal to 0. If delta equal to 0, so it means it will intersect x-axis at only one point. So it will intersect x-axis at only one point, because when delta is 0, any graph that will only touch the x-axis. Question number 33. The product of Mira's age is 5 years ago and her age 8 years later is 30. Her present age is, just assume her present age is x, age 5 years before, that is x minus 5, and 8 years later, that is x plus n. Then product is x minus 5, x plus 8, that is 30. So after simplification we will get x square plus 3x minus 40 equal 30, x square plus 3x minus 70 equal 0. So when you factorize, you will get x plus 10 and x minus 7 will be the factor, put equal to 0. So x equal to minus 10, x equal to 7. Age negative not possible, so their age is x equals 7, her age is x equals 7 year. Option C will be the correct answer. In question number 34, there are two questions. First, a tower is 50 meter high and shadow is x meter shorter when the sun's angle of elevation is 45 degree. Then when it is 30 degree, then x is. It is saying that is in a tower, the shadow of a tower, when it is 30 degree and when it is 45 degree. At 45 degree, it is x meter shorter. It means the difference is x meter, and the height of the tower is 50 meter. So we have to find the value of x. So it is triangle ABC and this point is D. So in triangle ABC, AB upon BC equal to 50 upon BC equal, it is 10 45 degree perpendicular upon base. So BC equal 50 meter. Now in triangle ABD, tan 30 degree equal perpendicular 50 meter upon base, it is also 50 meter, so it will x plus 50. So from here you will get 1 upon root 3 equal 50 meter upon x plus 50. After simplification, x plus 50 equal 50 root 3. So value of x equal 50 root 3 minus 50. So it will x equal, when you take common, it is 50 common, root 3 minus 1, and after simplification value of x will be the 36.6 meter. So their difference will 36.6 meter, that is first option. And in question number second, the angle of elevation of top of tower from a point 100 meter from the tower is 45 degree, then the height of the tower is, it is saying that shadow is 100 meter and angle is 45 degree, height of the tower, so tan 45 degree equal h upon 100, tan 45 equal to 1, so h equal to 100 meter, so it will be the 100 meter. So first is 36.6, second is 100 meter, so option B will be the correct answer. Question number 35, the 9 term of AP is 0, then its 29 term is its 19 term. Okay, A9 equals 0, it means A plus 8D equals 0. So from here value of A equal to minus 8D. Now find 29 term, A29, it is A plus 28 into D. So put here A equal to minus 8D, so you will get minus 8D plus 28D. So A29 equal to 20D. Similarly, find its 19 term, you will get A plus 18D and value of A equal to minus 8D plus 18D. So A19 will be the 10D. So A29 upon A19, that is 20D upon 10D. So A29 equal to 2 of A19. It means A29 is 2 times of A19. So it will be the twice of A19. Twice of A19. Option B will be the correct answer. Question number 36. In an AP, the sum of first n term is 3n square upon 2 plus 13n upon 2. Then 25 term is. Okay. It is saying it is Sn. So S1 will be the 3 upon 2 plus 13 upon 2, that is 16 upon 2, 8. And S2, that is 3 to the 6 plus 13, that is 19. So S1 is the A1, so A1 equal to 8, S2 is the A1 plus A2, that is 19. So from here A2 equal 19 minus 8, that is 11. So from here D is A2 minus A1, that is 3. It is asking 25 term, A25 equal to A plus 24D. Value of A is 8 plus 24 into D 3. So 8 plus 72, 72 plus 8 equal 80. So our correct answer is option A, 80. Question number 37. Arrange the steps in order to finding the value of P and Q if x plus 1 and x minus 1 are the factor of pxq plus x square minus 2x plus q. So first of all, we know that these are the factor. So we will put equal to 0. It means x plus 1 equal to 0 and x minus 1 equal to 0. So x equal to minus 1 and x equal to 1. Or just assume that is function f of x. So we will find f1 and f of minus 1. So first of all, we will find f1, f of minus 1. It will equal to 0 because it is factor. So first step is q. Now put and find the relation between p and q. So option P will be the second step, and after that when you solve you will get 2p equal to 4. So value of p equal to 2, and again put in q. So f of minus 1 you will get p plus 3 plus q equal to 0, and put p equal to 2, so you will get q equal to minus 1. So our correct option will be the QPRS. QPRS, option C will be the correct answer. Question number 38. Arrange the steps in proper sequence for finding the value of a plus b. If sin a plus b equal cos a plus b. So first of all, sin a plus b cos a plus b. So it will be the first step, and after that we replace sin theta equal to cos 90 minus theta. So sin a plus b equal to cos 90 minus a plus b. So this one is the second step. Now put again in p. So we get cos 90 minus a minus b equal to cos a plus b. After comparing the angles, we will get a plus b equal to pi by 4. So our correct sequence is PRSQ, PRSQ, option C will be the correct answer. Question number 39. Acceleration, all polygons of the same number of sides are similar. Reason, two polygons are said to be similar if corresponding angles are equal and length of corresponding sides are proportional. Yes, if their corresponding angles are equal and length of corresponding sides are proportional, then polygons are said to be similar. Reason is true, but it is saying all polygons of same number of sides are similar. No, it is not necessary to be true, so it is false. It means our reason is true but assertion is false. Our reason is true but assertion is false. Option D will be the correct answer. Question number 40. Assertion, the value of each of the trigonometric ratio of an angle does not depend on the size of triangle, it's only depend on angle. Yes, it is absolutely true. We can take any two right angle triangle which are similar. It means the ratio of sides are same, then that trigonometry ratio will never change. Okay, it's the fundamental property of trigonometry ratio, so assertion is true. Reason, in a right triangle, if angle B 90 degree and angle A equal theta, sin theta equal BC upon AC less than 1 and cos theta equal to AB upon AC less than 1, A is the hypotenuse, is the longest side. Yes, if hypotenuse is the longest side, it means it will create some angle. It will less than 90 degree and it will greater than 0 degree. Then will hypotenuse will be the longest side. In that case, we get cos theta and sin theta always less than 1 and greater than 0. It means it is correct. And if angle B is 90 degree and AC will be the hypotenuse, so sin theta equal to BC upon AC, correct. It will less than 1 and cos theta equal to AB upon AC is less than 1, it is also correct. So both assertion and reason are correct, but reason is not correct explanation for the assertion, so option B will be the correct answer. Question number 41. Which of the following statement is true or false? If A and B are irrational number, then AB plus A root 2 is always irrational. We are taking an example. A equal to root 2, B equal to root 2. Okay, now A, B plus A root 2. So we will get root 2 multiply root 2 plus root 2 multiply root 2. So we will get 2 plus 2, 4. We are not getting irrational number, it is a rational number. So it means if at one place it is false, then it is always false. It means this one is false. Second, the non-terminating recurring number 1.123 bar is equal to fraction 123 upon 100. No, it is not equal to 123 upon 100 because 123 upon 100 equal to 1.23. It is terminating number. It is not equal to 1.23 bar. Third, when 3 raised to power 40 is divided by 19, the remainder is 5. 3 raised to power 40 divided by 19. Here we will use the rule of the cyclicity. First of all, 19 minus 1 equal to 18. अब 40 में हम 18 का डिवाइड करते हैं तो हमारे पास में जो रिमाइंडर बचता है वो कितना बचता है? 4. इट मीन्स 3 राइज टू पावर 40 अपॉन 19 में जो रिमाइंडर आएगा वही आपका 3 राइज टू पावर 4 अपॉन 19 में रिमाइंडर आएगा. एंड 3 राइज टू पावर 4 दैट इज 81 अपॉन 19. Here the remainder is 5. It means it is true. So third one is also true. Fourth one, sum of any integer and its square is always a even number. When we are taking any integer, that is just assume that is n and its square will be the n square. So sum of there is n plus n square. So when you take common n, that is n plus 1. So if n is odd number, then n plus 1 will be the even, or n is even, then n plus 1 will be the odd. So their multiple will always even. So fourth one is also true. So first one is false, second one is false, third one is true, fourth one is true. So FFTT option C will be the correct answer. Next question. First, if the corresponding angle of two quadrilateral are equal, then their corresponding sides are in same ratio. Yes, if corresponding angles are equal, that quadrilateral will be the similar, and similar quadrilaterals, their corresponding sides will be in the same ratio. So first one is true. Second one, if corresponding sides of two quadrilateral are equal, then corresponding angles are equal. Just we are taking a simple example. One is square whose side is 4, 4, 4. Okay, and one is rhombus whose also side is 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, 4 units. So sides are similar, but here their corresponding angles are not same. So second one is false. We can prove by just an example. Third, a polygon is similar to polygon B is similar to polygon C, then polygon A will be similar to polygon C. Absolutely, it is true. Fourth, the ratio of any two corresponding sides in two equilateral triangle is not always same. It is saying in two equilateral triangle, the ratio of the corresponding side will always same, because two equilateral triangle are always similar. So this one is also false. So TF, 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 option A will be the correct answer. Question number 43. First, the set of linear equations 6x minus 9y equal 12 and 8 minus 4x plus 6y equal 0 has unique solution. When it has unique solution, if a1 upon a2 not equal b1 upon b2. By comparing the ratio, it is 6 upon minus 4 and it is minus 9 upon 6. So it is equal, that is minus 3 upon 2 and minus 3 upon 2. So it has no unique solution. So first one is false. Second one is these equations are concurrent, then b equals 6. So first of all, solve these equation and find the value of x and y and put in this equation. So 3y plus 4x equal 1, and second equation is y equal to x plus 5. So it will be the y minus x equal 5. Now we have to find the value of x and y. So multiply equation 2 by 3. So we will get 3y minus 3x equal 15. Now subtract equation 3 from equation 1. So you will get 7x equal to minus 14, x equal to minus 2. Put x equal to minus 2 here. So you will get y equal 3. Now x equal to minus 2 and y equal to 3, put in equation this one. So 5 into y, value of y equal 3, plus b into value of x equal minus 2 equal 3. So 15 minus 3 equal 2b, value of b equal 6, value of b equals 6. So yes, b equals 6, then it is true. What is the meaning of the concurrent? Three lines intersect at a particular unique point. Third one, the pair of linear equation y equal to 0, y equal 5 has infinite many solution. Y equal 0, y equal 5 never meets, these lines are parallel, so it has no solution. Third one is also false. Fourth, if the system of equations 2x plus 3y plus 5 equal to 0, x plus ky plus 5 equal to 0, kx minus 12y minus 14 equal to 0 is consistent, so the value of k are minus 12 upon 5 and 6. Okay, so first of all we will write in matrix form. After that we find the determinant. So determinant is 2, 3, 5, 1, k, 5, k minus 12 minus 14, and it will equal to 0. So after simplification you will get 2 into minus 14k plus 60 minus 3 into minus 14 minus 5k plus 5 into minus 12 minus k square equal to 0. After simplification you will get 5k square plus 13k minus 102 equal to 0, and by factorizing you will get 5k minus 17, k plus 6 equal to 0. So value of k equal to 17 upon 5 and k equal to minus 6. Here it is k equal to minus 12 upon 5 and 6. So it is false. And first one is false, second one is true, third one is false, fourth one is false. It means FTFF, option B will be the correct answer. Question number 44. P, the centroid of triangle is 2, 7 and two of vertices are 4, 8 and -2, 6, then third vertex 6. We know that the centroid are x, y and their vertices are x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Then it is x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. So centroid is 2, 7 equal x1 plus x2, 4 minus 2 plus, it is just assume m upon 3, y1 plus y2, that is 8 plus 6 or y3 n upon 3. So after simplification you will get 2 plus m upon 3 equal 2, 14 plus n upon 3 equal 7. So m equal 3 to the 6 minus 2, that is 4, and n equal 7 3 ja 21 minus 14, that is 7. So the third vertex is 4, 7, 4, 7. Fourth one will be the correct answer for P. Q, the center of circle passing through points 6, -6, 3, -7 and 3, 3. And then the center of circle. So just assume center of circle is x, y and it's O. It will be the equidistance from the point 6, -6, 3, -7 and C3, 3. It means OB equal to OC. That means OB square equal to OC square, because it's all are radius of circle. So OB, that is x minus 3 square plus y plus 7 whole square equal OC square, that is x minus 3 square plus y minus 3 square. X minus 3 whole square to x minus 3 whole square cancel out. You will get y plus 7 whole square equal to y minus 3 whole square. So after simplification you will get y square plus 14y plus 49 equal to y square minus 6y plus 9. Y square to y square cancel out and you will get 14y plus 16y, 20y, and 9 minus 49, that is minus 40. So value of y equal to minus 2. Again we put OA equal to OB. So OA square equal to OB square. So from here it is x minus 6 square plus y plus 6 square equal x minus 3 square plus y plus 7 square. You can put the value of y here also. So you will get x minus 6 square plus value of y minus 2 plus 6 minus 4 square, that is plus 16 equal x minus 3 square plus minus 2 plus 7, 5 square is 25. So after simplification you will get x square minus 12x plus 36 plus 16 equal to x square minus 6x plus 9 plus 25. X square to x square cancel out, minus 12x, and when 6x is going to LHS you will get minus 6x equal 9 plus 25, that is 34. 34 minus 52, 34 minus 52, so you will get minus 6x equal minus 18 and x equal to 3. So coordinates of center are 3, minus 2 and coordinate of center are 3, minus 2. Option third are the extremities of a diagonal of a parallelogram are 3, minus 4 and minus 6, 5, and the third vertex is minus 2, 1, then fourth is. It is saying one's diagonal, its extremes are 3, minus 4 and minus 6, 5, and third vertex is minus 2, 1. We have to find the fourth vertex. Just assume it is x, y. So diagonal of a parallelogram bisect each other. x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4 are the vertices of the diagonal. Then x1 plus x3 upon 2 comma y1 plus y3 upon 2 equal x2 plus x4 upon 2 comma y2 plus y4 upon 2. Why? Because in both cases these are the midpoint of the diagonal. Okay, so when we will compare, we will get x1 plus x3 equal x2 plus x4 and y1 plus y3 equal y2 plus y4. So from here this is 3 minus 6 equal minus 2 plus x and minus 4 plus 5 equal 1 plus y. So when you simplify, you will get x equal to minus 1, and after simplification you will get y equal to 0. So the coordinate of fourth vertex is minus 1 comma 0, minus 1 comma 0. So our answer is second. Now as the two lines x plus 2y equal 5 and 2x minus y equal 0 intersect at a point, x plus 2y equal 5 and 2x minus y equal 0. So multiply equation 1 by 2, you will get 2x plus 4y equal 10, and second equation is 2x minus y equal 0. So after simplification, when you subtract, you will get 5y equal 10, so value of y equal 2, and put y equal 2 in this equation, you will get x equal 1. So they will intersect at point 1 comma 2. So center of triangle are 4 comma 7, center of circle passing through points, that is 3 comma minus 2. The third vertex is 1 minus 1 comma 0, and S will be the first 1 comma 2. So our correct answer is 4 3 2 1. 4 3 2 1. Option B will be the correct answer. Next question, question number 45. P, x square plus 1 upon x square equal 11, and the value of x cube minus 1 upon x cube. So for this we have to find x minus 1 upon x. So x square plus 1 upon x square minus 2 equal 11 minus 2, that is 9. So from here x minus 1 upon x whole square equal to 9, x minus 1 upon x equal to 3 plus minus 3. Okay, so now it is asking value of x cube minus 1 upon x cube. So it will be the x minus 1 upon x whole cube plus 3x into 1 upon x, x minus 1 upon x. You know very well the concept of a cube minus b cube equal to a minus b whole cube plus 3ab into a minus b. So x minus 1 upon x, that is 3 cube plus 3 into x to 1 upon x cancel out, x minus 1 upon x, that is 3. It will 27 plus 9, that is 36. So our correct answer is 36. Q, if the difference of the roots of equation x square plus px plus 12 equal to 0 is 1, then the value of p is. Okay, just assume the roots are alpha and beta. So alpha plus beta equal to minus p, and alpha minus beta equal to 1 it is given, and alpha dot beta equal to 12, c by a. Okay, now it is asking we have to find the value of p. So we know that alpha plus beta whole square minus alpha minus beta whole square equal to 4 alpha beta. So alpha plus beta whole square, that is p square, minus alpha minus beta whole square, that is 1, equal to 4 alpha beta. 4 into alpha beta, that is 12. So p square equal to 49. So value of p equal to plus minus 7. So value of p equal to 7. So Q's correct answer is option 2, 7. If the roots of equation x cube minus 5x square minus 16x plus 80 equal 0 are 4 and minus 4, then the third root is. Okay, we know that alpha plus beta plus gamma 4 cubic polynomial, it is minus b by a, so it is 5, and two roots are 4 comma minus 4, so 4 minus 4 plus gamma equal to 5, so gamma equal to 5. So the third root is option 4, 5. As one of the root of the equation log base 9 x square minus 16x plus 141 equal to is, so when we remove log, it will x square minus 16x plus 141 equal to 9 raised to power 2, it is 81, so it will x square minus 16x plus 60 equal to 0. So by splitting you will get x square minus 10x minus 6x minus 60 equal to 0. So you will get x minus 10, x into x minus 10 minus 6 common x minus 10 equal to 0. So x minus 6 and x minus 10 are factor. So x equal to 6 and x equal to 10. So one of the value of x is 6. So one root is 6. So our answer is p is third. Then the value of p we got 7. Third root is 4 and one root is 6. So our correct answer is 3, 2, 4, 1. Option C. Question number 46. Match the column. First, P. Sin x plus y, sin x minus y. We know that it will be the sin square x minus sin square y. It is directly identity. Cos x plus y, cos x minus y. It is cos square x minus sin square y. Cot pi by 4 plus x. So cot pi by 4 plus x. It will be the 1 minus 10x upon 1 plus 10x. You can replace 1 by 10 pi by 4. So you will get the value 10 pi by 4 plus x. It is 1 plus 10x upon 1 minus 10x. So our correct answer is 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. Option B will be the correct answer. Paragraph 4, question number 47 and 48. So in 47, it is asking the zeros of polynomial. So here a equal 4 root 3, b equal 5, c equal minus 2 root 3. So we can use the quadratic formula, that is minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So minus of 5 plus minus b square, 5 square 25 minus 4, value of a is 4 root 3 and value of c is minus 2 root 3 upon twice of value of a is 4 root 3. So minus 5 plus minus value, simplify it, you will get 121 and square of 121 is 11 upon 8 root 3. So the value are minus 5 plus minus 11 upon 8 root 3. Now we are taking as plus, so we will get minus 5 plus 11 upon 8 root 3. So you will get 6 upon 8 root 3. That means 3 upon 4 root 3. Okay, and it will root 3 upon 4. When you are taking minus, you will get minus 5 minus 11 upon 8 root 3, that is minus 16 upon 8 root 3. So you will get minus 2 upon root 3. So zeros are root 3 upon 4 and minus 2 upon root 3, minus 2 upon root 3 and root 3 upon 4. Option A will be the correct answer. Second, the graph of quadratic equation x square plus bx plus c open downward. It will open downward when a is less than 0. So option C will be the correct answer. Next question. India is competitive manufacturing location due to low cost manpower and strong technical capacities, contributing to higher quality production. The production of TV sets in the factory increases by uniformly by fixed number every year. They produce 16,000 sets in 6 years and 19,600 in 9 years. So find the production in first year. Just assume production in first year is A and production in 6th year is 16,000 and production in 9th year is 19,600. Okay, so A9 minus A6 equal to 3,600. That is A9 we can write A plus AD, and A6 can be written as A plus 5D, so it will minus A minus 5D equal to 3600. A to A cancel out and you will get 3D equal to 3600, D equal to 1200. Now we know that A6 equal A plus 5D equal 16,000. So A plus 5D, that is 1200 into 5, that is 6000 equals 16,000. So production in first year, that is 10,000. So production in first year is option B, 10,000. Question number 50. In which year the production is 23,200? So A, just assume in nth year it is 23,200. In first year it was 10,000 and common difference D was 1200. So An equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So from here n equal An minus A upon D plus 1. So An minus A, 23,200 minus 10,000, that is 13,200 upon 1200 plus 1. So from here the value of n will be the 11 plus 1, 12. So in 12th year the production will become 23,200. आई होप आपका एग्जाम बहुत अच्छा रहा होगा और मैट्रिक्स ओलंपियाड से रिलेटेड जो हमारे सारे के सारे अपडेट है वो आपके व्हाट्सअप चैनल पर भी अवेलेबल है, जिसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। इसके अलावा आपको इस एग्जाम से रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेरी हो तो आप अमोप की वेबसाइट पर लॉगिन करके आस्क ए डाउट में ऑप्शन में पूछ सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
Hello student, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. We are here to discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad paper of class 10th reasoning conducted on 20 October 2024. Hope you performed very well. So let's get started. Now question number 51. Look at this. Find the next number of the given series. So series is 8, 6, 9, 23, 87 and next is missing. First find the pattern of the series. So सबसे पहले आप इस series का pattern find करेंगे. So what is the pattern used in this series? So first taking first term. First term 8 है. 8 if 8 multiply by 1 minus 2 it means 8 multiply by 1 it means 8 minus 2 it means 6. इससे हमें सेकेंड टर्म मिली. नाउ सेकेंड टर्म मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 माइनस 3. सेकेंड टर्म इट मीन्स 6 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 माइनस 3 इट मीन्स 12 माइनस 3 इट मीन्स 9. नाउ 9 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 माइनस 4. 9 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 इट मीन्स 27. 27 माइनस 4 इट मीन्स 23. नाउ 23 multiply by 4 minus 5. 23 multiply by 4 it means 92 minus 5 it means 87. Similarly 87 multiply by 5 minus 6. 87 multiply by 5 it means 435. 435 minus 6 it means 429. So 429 is the next term of given series. इस series की 429 next term हो जाएगी. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. So now next question is question number 52. Find the missing term of given series. So series is D32, W34, next is missing L33, H30, E32, C29, B31. ओके सारे टर्म्स का पहले अल्फाबेट सीरीज चेक करते हैं. सो टेकिंग अल्फाबेट ऑफ ईच टर्म. सो फर्स्ट इज डी, second alphabet is W, and after W next is missing. Now after missing next is L, after L next is H, E, C and B. Place value of B in English alphabet is 2. Place value of C in English alphabet is 3. Place value of E is 5. H it means 8. L it means 12. W it means 23. So first adding 2 plus 1 it means 3. Now 3 plus 2 it means 5. 5 plus 3 it means 8. 8 plus 4 it means 12. So क्या ऐड हो रहा है? फर्स्ट ऐड हुआ है प्लस 1, देन प्लस 2, प्लस 3, प्लस 4. Similarly now adding plus 5. So
12 plus 5, it means 17. 17, it means Q, because place value of Q in English alphabet is 17. So, missing alphabet is Q. Now, 17 plus 6, it means 23. Now, 23 plus 7, it means 30. और D की प्लेस वैल्यू 4 भी होती है और 30 भी होती है. सो मिसिंग अल्फाबेट इज Q. अब अपन नंबर सीरीज चूज करते हैं. सो नंबर सीरीज इज 32, 34, नेक्स्ट इज मिसिंग 33, 30, 32, 29. आफ्टर 29, नेक्स्ट इज 31. So 31 minus 2, it means 29. 29 plus 3, it means 32. 32 minus 2, it means 30. 30 plus 3, it means 33. So pattern is minus 2 plus 3, minus 2 plus 3. Now similarly, minus 2, 33 minus 2, it means 31. So missing number is 31. So missing term is Q31. So now here missing term is Q31. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 53. Two cars start moving towards each other from opposite places on a main road and both are 150 km apart. Let's suppose this is a main road. और इसके अपोजिट प्लेसेस पे लेट्स सपोज एक पॉइंट यहां है, इस पे फर्स्ट कार मान लिया अपन ने A एंड सेकंड कार इज B. ये B हो गए. अपोजिट प्लेसेस से दो कारें एक दूसरे की तरफ मूविंग स्टार्ट करती हैं. नाउ फर्स्ट कार रन्स फॉर 25 किलोमीटर. कोई भी फर्स्ट कार है, B भी ले सकते A भी ले सकते. लेट्स सपोज कार A रन्स फॉर 25 किलोमीटर. 25 किलोमीटर इसने डिस्टेंस कवर की एंड देन टेक ए राइट टर्न एंड रन्स फॉर 15 किलोमीटर नाउ देन इट टर्न्स लेफ्ट. फिर उसके बाद लेफ्ट टर्न लेती है एंड रन्स फॉर अनदर 25 किलोमीटर. फिर से 25 किलोमीटर चलती है. नाउ इट टेक ए लेफ्ट टर्न, फिर से लेफ्ट टर्न लेती है एंड रीच द मेन रोड. और मेन रोड पे वापस पहुंच जाती है और उसको मेन रोड पे पहुंचने के लिए 15 किलोमीटर की डिस्टेंस कवर करनी होगी. सो लेट्स सपोज कार ए मेन रोड पे C पॉइंट पर पहुंच जाती. नाउ इन द मीन टाइम द अदर कार हैज रन ओनली 35 किलोमीटर अलोंग द मेन रोड. जो कार B है सेकंड कार, वो 35 किलोमीटर ही कवर करती है मेन रोड के अलोंग, कोई माइनर ब्रेकडाउन के कारण. और लेट सपोज कार B अब पॉइंट D पर पहुंचती है मेन रोड पे. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द टू कार्स फ्रॉम हेयर. सो अब यहां से दोनों कार के बीच की डिस्टेंस फाइंड करनी है. सो फाइंड द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन C एंड D. C और D के बीच की डिस्टेंस बतानी है आप. सो डिस्टेंस बिटवीन C एंड D इज इक्वल्स टू कार A मेन रोड के अलोंग कितनी डिस्टेंस कवर करती है. तो 25 किलोमीटर ये और 25 किलोमीटर ये वाली डिस्टेंस मेन रोड के अलोंग कवर करती है. और कार B मेन रोड पे कितनी डिस्टेंस कवर करती है. ओनली 35 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस कवर करती है. टोटल दोनों के बीच की डिस्टेंस कितनी था 150 किलोमीटर. सो 150 minus 25 plus 25 plus 35. So 150 minus 25 plus 25, 50 plus 35, it means 85. 150 minus 85, it means 65. अब दोनों कार के बीच की डिस्टेंस 65 किलोमीटर बचेगी. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. दोनों कार के बीच की डिस्टेंस 65 किलोमीटर होगी. सो ऑप्शन A इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 54. Dev, Kumar, Nilesh, Ankur and Pintu are standing facing to the north in a playing ground such as given below. Before starting this question, we should know that there are 4 types of main direction. This is north, this is east, this is south and this is west. And there are 4 types of cardinal direction. This is northeast, this is southeast, this is southwest and this is northwest. Now Kumar is at 40 किलोमीटर टू द राइट ऑफ अंकुर. सबकी फेसिंग नॉर्थ की साइड डायरेक्शन में है. सो कुमार इज एट 40 किलोमीटर टू द राइट ऑफ अंकुर. सो लेट्स सपोज यहां पे कुमार है, यहां पे कुमार है. नाउ कुमार इज एट 40 किलोमीटर टू द राइट ऑफ अंकुर. सो यहां पे अंकुर होगा और अंकुर से 40 किलोमीटर राइट. सो अंकुर का राइट इस डायरेक्शन में, बिकॉज उनकी फेसिंग नॉर्थ में है तो ये उसकी अंकुर का राइट डायरेक्शन हो जाएगी और ये अंकुर की लेफ्ट डायरेक्शन हो जाएगी. नाउ कुमार इज एट 40 किलोमीटर राइट ऑफ अंकुर. नाउ देव इज आर 60 मीटर इन द साउथ ऑफ कुमार. देव इज 60 मीटर इन द साउथ ऑफ कुमार. कुमार का साउथ डायरेक्शन ये हो जाएगा और साउथ डायरेक्शन में 60 किलोमीटर पर देव हो जाएगा. नाउ Nilesh is at a distance of 25 मीटर to the west of अंकुर. अंकुर का वेस्ट इस डायरेक्शन में हो जाएगा और 25 मीटर पर नीलेश होगा. Now Pintu is at a distance of 90 मीटर in the north of देव. देव का नॉर्थ इस डायरेक्शन में हो जाएगा और इसके 90 मीटर पर, तो 60 मीटर पर तो कुमार है और यहां से 30 मीटर और यहां पे पिंटू हो जाएगा. नाउ क्वेश्चन है विच वन इज इन द नॉर्थ ईस्ट ऑफ द पर्सन हु इज टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ कुमार. कुमार के लेफ्ट में जो पर्सन है, कुमार के लेफ्ट में कौन है? अंकुर. और अंकुर के नॉर्थ ईस्ट, सो अंकुर का ये नॉर्थ हो जाएगा और ये ईस्ट हो जाएगा. और इस नॉर्थ ईस्ट में कौन पर्सन होगा? तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में पिंटू, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में होगा पिंटू. सो नाउ हियर ऑप्शन डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 55. There are 35 students in a class. Suman ranks 3rd among the girls in the class. Amit ranks 5th among the boys in the class. Suman is 1 rank below Amit in the class. Now no two student hold the same rank in the class. What is Amit rank in the class? So जो boys की रैंक में, इसमें अमित की रैंक है 5th. It means अमित से पहले कितने बॉयज हैं? 1 2 3 एंड 4 बॉयज अमित से पहले है बॉयज की रैंक में. एंड गर्ल्स की रैंक में सुमन की रैंक है 3rd. सुमन गोट 3rd रैंक. ओनली गर्ल्स की रैंक है. तो इस मीन्स ये हो गया कि सुमन से पहले 2 गर्ल्स हैं, लिस्ट में 2 गर्ल्स हैं. सो नाउ इन द क्लास, सो क्लास के अंदर, सो अमित की रैंक से जस्ट नीचे किसकी रैंक है? सुमन. बिकॉज सुमन इज 1 रैंक बिलो अमित इन द क्लास. अमित की रैंक से एक जस्ट नीचे. सो सुमन से पहले कितने गर्ल्स हैं? 2 1 2. और अमित से पहले कितने बॉयज हैं? 1 2 3 एंड 4. सो अमित की रैंक कितनी हो जाएगी? सो अमित की रैंक कितनी हो जाएगी? सो अमित गोट 7th रैंक. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and now 7. So Amit got 7th rank. 4 plus 2. It means 6 persons Amit से above होंगे. So Amit got 7th rank in this class. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 56. In arrow, Yash is 15th place from the left end and while Rima is 56 place from the right end and 16 place to the right of Monu. Find out the total number of person in this queue. Yash is 15th place from the left of the row. So this is the left side of the row. And Rima is 56th place. Rima is 56th place from the right. So and this is the right side of the row. Now here is Rima. And Rima is 16th place to the right of Monu. Let's suppose here is Monu. Monu यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है. Monu यस से पहले भी हो सकता है. Monu की प्लेस गिवन नहीं है. बट Monu के 16th प्लेस पर, Monu के राइट में 16th प्लेस पर रीमा है, मोनू के राइट से 16th प्लेस पर रीमा है. सो नाउ फाइंड द टोटल नंबर ऑफ पर्सन इन दिस क्यू. आपको टोटल नंबर ऑफ पर्सन फाइंड करने हैं. टोटल नंबर ऑफ पर्सन फाइंड करने के लिए एक ही पर्सन का लेफ्ट साइड से पोजीशन एंड उसी पर्सन का राइट साइड से पोजीशन पता होना चाहिए, तो आप टोटल फाइंड कर सकते हो. लेफ्ट प्लस राइट ऑफ द सेम पर्सन -1, लेफ्ट पोजीशन प्लस राइट पोजीशन ऑफ द सेम पर्सन -1. इससे आप टोटल फाइंड कर. बट इस क्वेश्चन में यस का लेफ्ट साइड गिवन है बट यस का राइट साइड गिवन नहीं है. इस क्वेश्चन में रीमा की राइट साइड गिवन है बट लेफ्ट साइड गिवन नहीं है. लेफ्ट साइड से कौन सी पोजीशन है वो गिवन नहीं है, सो टोटल फाइंड नहीं कर सकते. 2 पर्सन, अगर एक पर्सन का लेफ्ट और दूसरे पर्सन का राइट गिवन है तो नंबर ऑफ मिड पर्सन गिवन होने चाहिए, तो आप टोटल नंबर ऑफ पर्सन फाइंड कर सकते हो. टोटल मैक्सिमम टोटल मिनिमम फाइंड कर सकते हो, बट उसके लिए नंबर ऑफ मिड पर्सन गिवन होना चाहिए. एक पर्सन का लेफ्ट दूसरे पर्सन का राइट, एक पर्सन का लेफ्ट तो गिवन है और दूसरे पर्सन का राइट भी गिवन है, बट नंबर ऑफ मिड पर्सन गिवन होना चाहिए. बट यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ मिड पर्सन एग्जैक्ट कितने हैं गिवन नहीं है, बिकॉज मोनू की पोजीशन फिक्स नहीं है. मोनू हो सकता है यस से पहले भी हो, सो नंबर ऑफ मिड पर्सन इज नॉट गिवन. सो इस क्वेश्चन में टोटल नंबर ऑफ पर्सन फाइंड नहीं कर सकते. सो हेयर ऑप्शन डी cannot be determined is the correct answer of this question. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 57. Assuming the given statement to be true, find which of the twist conclusion given below is are definitely true. So statement is B is greater than to A greater than equals to T greater than to F is equals to Y less than S and S less than D. So now conclusion first is F less than D. So अपने को F to D तक मूव करना है. So F to D तक मूव करना है. So इसके लिए F is equals to Y. Now Y less than S. Y less than S. It means F also less than to S and S less than D. So it means F also less than D, so it means conclusion first is definitely true according to given statement. Now दूसरा conclusion check करते हैं. So now according to conclusion 2, A greater than S. A greater than S. So A to S तक मूव करना है. A to S तक मूव करना है. So A is greater than equals to T. Now T greater than F. It means A also greater than to F. Now F is equals to Y. So it means A also greater than to Y. Now Y less than S. Y less than S. So it means हो गया A not definitely greater than to S. Not greater than to S. So conclusion second is not definitely true. So here option A, the only conclusion first follow is the correct answer of this question. So option A is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 58. Select the correct group of symbols that correct the given equation. So first taking the option A. So according to option A, 5, first blank it means multiply, 3. Now second blank it means plus, 8. Third blank it means minus, 4. Now fourth blank it means divided by 2 is equals to 21. Now check the option A. So first using the BODMAS rule in this equation. So first divide the numbers. So 5 multiplied by 3 plus 8 minus 4 divided by 2 it means 2 is equals to 21. Now multiply the numbers. 5 multiplied by 3 it means 15 plus 8 minus 2 is equals to 21. 15 plus 8 it means 23 23 minus 2 is equals to 21. 23 minus 2, it means 21. Yes, 21 always equals to 21. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. बिकॉज ए से ए के जो भी साइंस दे रखे हैं वो इन ब्लैंक्स में पुट करने के बाद ये इक्वेशंस करेक्ट हो जाएगी. सो इट मींस ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 59. A, P, R, X, S and Z are sitting in a row and all are facing towards north. S and Z are in the center. A and P are at the both ends. R is sitting to the left of A. Who is to the right of P? So now 6 person are sitting in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and all are facing towards north. सबका फेस है नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में. ओके, नाउ क्वेश्चन इज S and Z are in the center. S and Z, यहाँ पे S है, यहाँ पे Z. मे बी सेकेंड कंडीशन ये भी हो सकता है. 6 person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 person are sitting in a row and अगर S यहाँ है तो Z, अगर Z यहाँ है, Z यहाँ है तो S यहाँ हो जाएगा. Now next information is A and P are at the both ends. यहाँ पर A है तो यहाँ पर P है. बट इस कंडीशन में एक और कंडीशन अप्लाई हो सकती है. इस इंफॉर्मेशन से एक और इंफॉर्मेशन क्रिएट हो सकती है, वो ये हो जाएगा S and Z. यहाँ पे P है तो यहाँ पे A हो जाएगा बिकॉज A और P दोनों एंड्स पर हैं. तो सेम इस वाली कंडीशन में भी यही चीज अप्लाई हो जाएगी. यहां पर अगर A है तो यहाँ पे P हो जाएगा. अगर मान लीजिए यहां पर P है तो यहां पे A हो जाएगा. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट इंफॉर्मेशन इज R इज सिटिंग टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ A. R इज सिटिंग टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ A. A के लेफ्ट. सो ए के यहां इस वाली केस में ए का राइट ही गिवन है बिकॉज ए का लेफ्ट प्लेस गिवन नहीं है. सो ये वाली केस एलिमिनेट हो जाएगा. सेम इस वाले केस में भी इस वाली प्लेस राइट साइड ही गिवन है, लेफ्ट साइड गिवन नहीं है ए का. सो ये वाला केस भी एलिमिनेट हो जाएगा. सो नाउ वी हैव टू केस फॉर दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. सो आर इज सिटिंग टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ ए. A का लेफ्ट, सो A का लेफ्ट, दिस इज द लेफ्ट ऑफ A एंड दिस इज द राइट ऑफ A. सो A का लेफ्ट यहाँ पे हो जाएगा R और इसमें भी A का लेफ्ट, इट मीन्स यहाँ पे हो जाएगा R, यहाँ पे S. एक पर्सन बचता है, उसकी प्लेस वैकेंट रहती है तो यहाँ पे हो जाएगा X और यहाँ पे भी हो जाएगा X, दोनों ही केस के अंदर. दिस इज द केस नंबर फर्स्ट एंड दिस इज द केस नंबर सेकेंड. नाउ क्वेश्चन इज who is to the right of P? Who is to the right of P? इस वाले केस में P का राइट है X और इस वाले केस में P का राइट है X. So X is the right of P. So here option B is the correct answer of this question because X is in the right of P. Now next question is question number 60. In the question below consist of a question and two statements number 1 and 2 given below it. You have to decide whether the data provided in the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read both the statements and give answer. So question is how many doctors are practicing in this town? So find the total number of doctors who are practicing in this town. Now, statement first. According to statement first taking both statements separately. We have two statements for this question. So first taking both statements separately. दोनों statement को अलग-अलग लेना है. So according to statement first, there are one doctor per 700 residents. Total 700 residents पर एक डॉक्टर होगा. बट नंबर ऑफ रेजिडेंट्स इज नॉट क्लियर फ्रॉम हेयर. यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ रेजिडेंट्स कितने हैं टोटल इस टाउन के अंदर वो क्लियर नहीं है. सो नंबर ऑफ डॉक्टर्स आप इसमें फाइंड नहीं कर सकते. सो हेयर statement first alone is not sufficient to answer the question. So statement first alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Now taking statement second. So now according to statement second, there are 16 votes. total ward is 16 with each ward having as many doctors practicing as the number of wards. जितना नंबर ऑफ वार्ड्स है उतने ही उसके अंदर नंबर ऑफ डॉक्टर जो प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. सो इन वार्ड नंबर फर्स्ट number of doctor is 1. In ward number 2 number of doctor is 2. In ward number 3 number of doctor is 3. In ward number 4 number of doctor in ward number 4 is 4. So total ward is 16. So ward number 16 number of doctor is 16. So यहाँ पे total number of doctors find कर सकते हैं. Total number of doctors is equals to n divided by 2 because first ward में 1 doctor, second ward में 2 doctors, third ward में 3 doctors and fourth में 4, fifth में 5, sixth में 6 doctor. So 16th ward में 16 doctor. So total number of doctor is n divided by 2 A plus L. So n divided by 2 number of ward is 16 divided by 2 multiply by A it means 1 plus L it means 16. So 8 divided by 16 divided by 2 it means 8. 8 multiply by 1 plus 16 it means 17. So total number of doctors in this ward is 136. So here statement second alone is sufficient to answer the question because 136 is a total number of doctors who practicing in this town find हो चुकी है. So here statement second alone is sufficient to answer the question. So here option B is the correct answer of this question because option second से ही इस question का answer find हो जाता है. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. So we have finished the solution. I hope you understood it well. If you have any query and doubt regarding the paper solution, please log in the website and click ask the doubt option and write your doubt there. And any new information related to Matrix Olympiad will be updated on this YouTube channel. So subscribe the channel for more updates. And you can also have new updates on our WhatsApp channel. To join, click on the links provided in the description box. Thank you so much. Have a great time.